Hey there, champions. Welcome to the best small business show. Today we're diving into an incredible powerhouse book, Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff.
If you're a small business owner trying to close deals, capture attention, and just stand out in the crowded market, Klaff's methods are packed with dynamite. This book isn't your typical book, Rich. It's not that typical sales spiel. It's about positioning yourself, creating tension, and taking control.
Yeah, Klaff introduces the strong method, the
Yeah,
STRONG, which we've
that.
broken down into 6 areas specifically for our audience, small business owners. So, ready to pitch like a pro? Let's dive in. BJ, why don't you take us out with the first one?
Great. It's frame control. Own your own space. Klaff introduces the concept of frames, mental structures that we all use to interpret what is happening around us. When you're pitching, you need to, so you see how I'm making the baseball metaphors? Okay. When you're pitching, you need to own the frame. Otherwise, someone else is going to control it, making your pitch powerless. Frame control means keeping the other person in a state of curiosity and wonder while subtly establishing your authority. What do you think, Rich?
Yeah, it's a great way to start out the process because a lot of clients think that they own the space, and what you need to do
Right.
is use curiosity and get them thinking about things where they're slightly unsure and
Yeah.
they're out of frame, and then you get into frame. So we've got a great action item.
Good.
Set a clear frame early. Okay, so start with a powerful statement or question that shifts the attention to you. For instance, if you're pitching a marketing strategy, try something like imagine doubling your lead generation without spending a dime more than you are today. That catches people's attention. They're
Sure
interested.
does.
They're like going on. You own the room right from the start and you show them why they should listen to you.
Yeah. And Rich, I think it's a bold statement that you make. You're taking ownership of that. So awesome. Frame control. Love it. Rich, take us into number two.
Okay, number 2 is intrigue. Okay, you set the frame.
Ooh,
And now, intrigue. You need to harness the power of tension. Klaff talks about creating a sense of intrigue, and tension is a big part of that. It's the mystery, the kind of like what next factor. Small business owners often spill all the details right away, but Klaff suggests holding back. Don't give them everything. Hold back a little bit. Let the intrigue build and make them lean in to hear what's coming next.
ooh, I like this one very, very much. I have a couple of action items that would help so much. Use the big reveal technique. So here we go. Instead of explaining everything up front, set the scene and hint at the solution. We'll show you two key elements of the strategy, and you're already halfway there. So they're sitting there going, interesting, I want to know more. The curiosity pulls people in so that you just give them enough to keep them engaged. Rich, I think this was a good one.
Yeah, I think it, and it's taking it. There's a little dramatic acting in this one, and sometimes we're afraid to do that. We want to be professional and straight,
Yes.
but you know what? If you're totally straight laced, people aren't going to be interested. But if you add a little drama, all sales is acting. You need to add a little drama. That's why they talk about intrigue in this one.
Yeah. Well, let me take you to number three, status. Position yourself as the authority. Status is everything in a pitch, but here's the twist, it's not about being boastful. It's about establishing your respect and demonstrating your value. The people who maintains this high status are perceived as the most knowledgeable. So you know it. It happens to you. You treat people this way. This can be tricky, especially when you're pitching to larger clients. But if you approach it with confidence, you'll have the authority of the room, which is fantastic. Thought leader as opposed to a follower. I love it.
Well, we've got an action item for this one. You need to frame your successes as value, okay? Don't brag. And that's the big thing. It's not about being boastful. Don't brag. Instead, speak of past successes as contributions to your clients. Instead of, I increased XYZ sale by 30%, say, we partnered with XYZ to help them achieve a 30% lift in sales, aligning their strategy with their vision. See, it's not all about you. It's about your contribution to the client and how both of you work together to get there. It's respectful, but it positions you as someone with results.
And it really gets you guys on a field to be able to discuss even more. They want to know more. Remember in the one before where we created the tension?
Yes.
This too makes them want to come back for more. It's so awesome. Give us number 4.
Number 4 is, they call it, Oren calls it prizing, which is make them chase you. Okay. Klaff says people want what they can't have. And we all know that.
Absolutely. We know that.
We always want the most expensive car and most expensive house and everything. And if you're too eager, the pitch loses power. Okay. Prizing is about letting them realize they need you. This takes confidence, but it can be a game changer. You're not just anyone. You're the solution they've been looking for all these years. And you need to make yourself this way.
And you know what I love about prizing the most is that you are able to, you're starting to connect. You're starting to connect when they need you. They want you. This is the best time for sure. Well, let me give you some action items. Establish exclusivity. During the pitch, drop a line like, I'm working selectively with clients that are all ready to make an impact. So I've said something, select companies. Mm-hmm. So I've already kind of set that tone. Let them know that they actually are the right fit just as much as you are. It's respecting your own time and expertise, but also respecting them and being, very, very forceful. But you don't want them to think that you take anybody. I love that one.
Absolutely. So take us to number 5, BJ.
The hook point. Engage emotionally. Emotion hooks stick. So data, as you know, I always talk about it. Data is powerful, but it's emotion that makes people remember. Klaff's hook point is about aligning the message with the values of your audience. So when you're going to talk to a small business owner, relate the hurdles and the dreams they have. Make it personal. You've got to have done your homework to get this to happen. And I want you to do the homework. And am I right, Rich? You've got to be ready.
Absolutely. Making it personal really makes it focused on them. Again, a lot of what Klaff is talking about is focusing on them, getting them to need you, being dramatic, all of these things. So our action item for the hook point is connect with a shared vision. Okay. Identify their pain points. Talk about the pain. I always say, be like the dentist that finds that gingivitis and they're picking at it. You need to find their pain point and paint a vision of what life could look like with your solution. If they work with you, they can hit all their dreams. Instead of, we'll increase your bottom line, say
Uh-huh.
something like, imagine having the freedom to focus on growth, knowing the numbers are always in your favor. That gives them that dream, that perspective that they have from the present to the future. Build that
Oh, yeah.
emotional connection, and you're going to sell them so quickly.
Yeah. And I love that concept of pain points. Yes, you don't want to sit on these for very long, but what you're trying to do is point the path. And this is the best thing you can do. Rich, take us into closing the deal.
Yeah, number six, we're closing the deal. We're at the end now of the book. This you have to lead them to a decision, okay? And
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people that sell fail. They kind of
Yep.
sell their product and they don't get them to make a decision. Klaff stresses that closing is a natural conclusion to if your pitch has been strong. But it's still essential to create some urgency, because if you don't create urgency with the client, they're just going to hang up, or they're just going to go thank you and let you walk
Yeah.
out of their office. Rather than hard selling, set a deadline or a next step that keeps the momentum going without feeling forced. I do it all the time. When I talk to a prospect, I I first listen to them a lot about what their problem is. I
Yeah.
then present my services, and at the end, in the close, I go, I don't end with, so what do you think? I end with, let's look at setting a date. When do you think you could make a decision on this? And holding them, and even setting up a subsequent meeting with them.
Yeah. And I love that you do that because that shows them the beginning of your coaching style
Yeah.
because you are pinpointing them to set the date. Boom. I love it. That is so awesome. Hey, the action items for this is use a decisive next step. So don't end with, like you said, so what do you think? Don't do that. Instead, I'm ready to get started on this. Let's lock in a timeline for a launch. I say something like that. Rich, you had what you said.
Yeah.
I say something where I use my momentum, my energy, and all that I've put into that meeting, and I give them that little exciting last part. And it really does work. They get so excited. Um, this small shift shows commitment on your end and keeps that energy going, which gets me so excited.
All right, rock stars. These six tactics from Pitch Anything can transform how you pitch. Start with frame control, build intrigue, keep your status up, make yourself the prize, hook into their emotions, and close with confidence. You've got what it takes. Now go out there and own your pitch.
Pitch Everything by Oren Klaff is the book you got to pick up. It is packed with powerful insights that can transform how you approach your business and life. Rich and I highly recommend picking up this copy to explore these concepts further and learn to rethink and adapt more effectively. It's a must read, and this is where I like you to put this one on your shelf. Small business owners looking to present, persuade, and win their next client. This is the book. Grab it, start pitching, and watch your business thrive.
I actually picked this book up on Audible and listened to it in the car when I
Yeah,
commute.
yeah.
It's a great Audible too. It's really narrated very well. So
Oh,
check
that's
it out.
awesome.
It's a wonderful book. It really helped me with my close. So
Oh,
we need
great.
you to keep the momentum going. Share this episode on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and TikTok with the hashtag The Best Small Business Show. Let's spread the word and keep this community growing.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Reach out to my podcast buddy, Rich G, at richg.com for a top tier business coaching that drives results. And for all things brand marketing and website design, connect with me, BJ Flagg at newrenew.com. Let's make your brand remarkable.
Thanks for tuning in and being such a fantastic partner of our team. If this episode fired you up, don't miss out on what's coming next. Subscribe, follow, and share it with fellow entrepreneurs ready to level up. Your support keeps us going and helps us make an even more significant impact.
A big shout out to our editor and producer, Richard Scalzo, for making us sound fantastic in every episode. Have an unbelievable week. Crush those goals, and we'll catch you on the next episode.